Hey and hello there everyone! Welcome back to the Strike Streams, a Tuesday edition. And like the first day of the week if Monday was a holiday wherever you live. How are we all doing? Lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining me here on this lovely Tuesday. Let's say hi to some people and get into the games and all that other lovely stuff. So hi Nightbot and Kieran and Lily and Kevin and Skywatcher and Xander. And I think that's actually everyone who said hi so far, but if you haven't said hi, then let me know so I can say hi back. So yeah, we'll get into the game and do all that other stuff, and I forgot to mute my laptop, as always. I wish I could remember to do that, but again, it's just because I'm not used to using my laptop, like, outside of streaming, so I just always forget that I have to turn the sound back off, because normally I don't have the sound on it. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, Bark, you guys know all of this anyway. Right, so, chat, my lovely chat. What are we doing? That is the question. No, you guys know what we're doing, because for over 3 weeks now, we've had quite a lot of... one day your phone will get hit, Bo. I know, right? That's it. So just quickly, that is like the interesting thing. Today is Tuesday, right? I am supposedly gonna get this phone on like Friday or Saturday, and so you would really think that like by now, or by like the end of, by like say the end of tomorrow, that I will get some kind of email saying your phone has been dispatched, and I'm just getting really worried that I'm like never gonna get that message, and that I'm just gonna be kept waiting like forever and ever and ever and ever. So there we go. Okay, so here we go with the tickets. You guys know my tickets that I've had for over 3 weeks, don't you? It's Yuxi, Thunderous, and not Blacephalon, Kartana. And there's Kartana. So Yuxi, Thunderous, and Kartana. Those are the tickets we are going for, and that we have been going for, and that we are still going for. But that's okay. So then what we're going to do is, so we've got Yuxi, Thunderous, and Kartana. So those are the tickets, and what I need you guys, gals, and non-binary pals to let me know is which of those you can do by saying strike in big capital letters, and then saying I can do, and then let me know who you can do out of Yuxi, Thunderous, and Kartana. Ready, set, bow, let me know, and in the meantime, I will say hi to Kiba, hi, and Conowat, hi. Lovely to see you both. And I saw something about Tepig, but then... Oh, you're Tepig Ribbon Master. Wow. So, Conowat, what is, like, your goal for this Tepig? To sort of... Because, are you just trying to get, like, as many ribbons as you can on, like, a single Tepig? Because I know that a lot of people, if they're doing, like, some kind of ribbon challenge, they usually... They have to go to, like, Pokemon Colosseum or XD to get, like, the Shadow Purification ribbon, and then they'll, like, trade up from there and stuff, but, so yeah, you might have to remind me of your challenge. Okie doke. Kevin can't do the first round, so that sucks. But let's see. Conowat would kind of like to do a Thunderous. Sky could do a Thunderous or Kartana. Kiba could do anything. And then, okay, so maybe what we can do... Okay, I'm beginning to see... the wheels in my head have been turning. And a picture is beginning to form. So, let me grab my pen and paper. Hang on. Because that might be helpful. Pen. Where did you go, pen? There we go. Okay. So here's what we've got. Hang on. Whoop. Let me just write, and again, forgive me if I'm a little bit off mic as I say this. A Tuesday, 27th of May. Team 1. Who sounds like fun. So I'm thinking we could have, like, for a Thunderous, right? And we could have Sky, Conowat, and Kiba. Right? So that could make for a good Team 1, right? And then Team 2, we could have like a Kevin and a Kieran. And then that could be good for like, hopefully Yuxi, fingers crossed, but maybe it might have to be Kartana. So, does that sound okay? Yeah, so does that sound okay? I think that's it. Have I missed anyone? Have I forgotten anyone? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure I got everyone. But if I missed anyone, let me know. Let me know if I've monumentally messed up. Otherwise, we shall proceed with Team 1. Sky, Conowat, and Kiba. That sounds like fun. So, let's do this thing. Okay. So we want to make sure we connect on the YCOM, please, Team 1, and then in 20 minutes, Team 2. By going on the YCOM and pressing that plus button. And then, yeah, Sky, Kiba, Conowat, come on down as we talk to the nice scientist lady. And then we'll say, anything goes if you're you, but you're not you, I'm me. And together we can live in harmony. Okay, Thunderous. And then Onolera's here not to enjoy that joke, but... not here to enjoy that joke, sorry. Anyway, Bark. So, Thunderous, let's do this thing. We're going to press plus for the link code. And then, oh, Kramen, thank you for that. Yeah, maybe we'll pin that. It doesn't, like, have the teams, but we haven't also, like, fully fleshed out the teams, so, like, that's okay. But, yeah, so let's go... also, hi, Kramen. Everyone say hi to Kramen. 05270208, okay? 05270208. That's the code. Ready, set, bow. And then we'll take it from there. Oh, Sky, you only have Pheromosa and Lunala tickets now. You must have accidentally got rid of Guzzlord. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We'll have to try and get that back for you or something. Victor is Conowat, if I remember my spreadsheet correctly. And when I say my spreadsheet, it's more like Kramen's and my spreadsheet, because Kramen did do... I had the vision, and Kramen has the Excel knowledge. I think I make some kind of basic spreadsheet for myself or something, or beforehand, or I made like some backup one in case I couldn't use Kramen's when I used to have problems accessing it or something sometimes. But yeah, I didn't have the know-how to do all the sophisticated doodadery that Kramen was able to do. So, okay. So, well, I guess Sky probably only realized, like, now it's like, oh, I'm looking at my game and I only have, like, 2 tickets. So, and that's the thing that often happens. Like, you often don't realize that you've, like, lost a ticket until it's, like, too late. So, okay. So, Thunderous. You guys know Thunderous. He's an awkward fellow, because he's an electric and flying type, which means he's only weak to ice and rock. Rock is marginally better than ice, for reasons I'll get into in a minute. They're nice. So, yeah, we're looking for rock and ice. If not that, we might need to look for things more defensively, such as lightning rod ability Pokemon, like Cantonian Raichu and Manectric. Ground types are obviously brilliant, but then the electric-resistant trio of Dragon, Grass, and other electric types can be good in a pinch as well. Thunderous does not have any flying moves, so do not worry about those, but do worry about Sludge Wave, spread poison damage, and then also just be wary of Rain Dance, Weather Ball, and Thunder. So 100% accurate Thunders and Water-type Weather Balls. The reason why Rock is marginally better than Ice is because if we change the weather, such as with a max Rockfall or a max Hailstorm, that means that Thunderous gets access to rock and ice moves as well, and ice is a more dangerous combo with electricity or electric compared to rock, so that's why rock is marginally better. But at the same time, like, if we have to go with an ice type in 4th slot, it doesn't matter too much. Right, let's do this thing! Cacjon, hello! Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You might get to be in Team 2, Cacjon. Right, let's do this thing. Okay, Cinccino does have ice, which is nice, so I'm gonna go with that. Otherwise, like, Araquanid is terrible. Clink Clang is, like, okay. Maybe we could have, like, metal sound strats. Who knows? Lickitung technically has ice. I do think Lickitung is like one of the worst Pokemon in this mode. It's just not really strong. Like, it's got a great moveset, but it just doesn't really have the stats to like pull it off. So I would say Lickitung is probably like, yeah, okay, Lickitung's definitely the next best one now. We don't really want water types against an electric type. Cacjon, Zygarde is destroying you from the inside. Oh, Rhydon! 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 Yes, okay, well done, everyone. Why they didn't give Chinchino Rock Blast, you have no idea, because it would be too strong! Too strong. Right, here we go. So we got the Moo on the left and the Dreadnought on the right, but Dreadnought is weak to electric, so... Oh, there's Frostlass on the right, though. So there is Frostlass. Frostlass is good, and then not really a whole lot after... Well, no, Claydol. We could get Claydol. Claydol's pretty nifty. So, do we maybe want to get rid of, say, the Clink Clang, and... Do we want to get rid of, like, the Clink Clang and the Lickitung? Well, we can figure out what order we're going to do that in. And then we can kind of take it from there. Can you ever go over odds with probability in Pokemon? You can go over odds with anything. By definition of the laws of probability, you can always go over odds. It's only if something is implemented... Oh, gosh, okay. I don't really have a whole lot of good options here, I'm afraid, guys, gals, non-binary pals. But I am going to Dynamax just because we do want Rhydon to be our Dynamaxer, I think. So hopefully we can still win this. See, that's the thing. But maybe I shouldn't have Dynamaxed there. Maybe I shouldn't have Dynamaxed so that we could have used Smackdown on Thunderous. And maybe I have messed it up. Right. You know, I'd really grind. Well, here's the thing. Actually, if we don't beat this in 3 turns, it doesn't matter. Okay. Max Strike. Right. What else is happening here? If only Chinchino had Bullet Seed, would be good here. It would be good here. But no. You know, by the definition of probability, though, you can always go. It's only if there are things where it's like, oh, after a certain amount of times, you will be forced to win a prize or have some kind of odd increase or whatever. But no. But for most things, by definition of probability, you can always go over odds. Trying to roll a 6 on a die. You can roll that thing 50 bajillion times and never get a 6. It's unlikely. It's that particular example would be so mathematically unlikely that it would kind of just be deemed impossible, but it could happen. Given enough infinite universes, it could. Okay, you know what really grinds my gears? Missing grinding my gears. Shade Van Fan, hello. So, guys, gals, non-binary pals, if you have not yet clicked like on the video, could you please do so? Because loads of people have come by to say hi today, and there's... Oh, no, we got 2 misses! Okay, maybe we won't beat this in, like, 3 turns. Oh, we want to be using Thunder. Like, Thunder's 100% accurate in the rain. The rain in Spain that's mostly on the plains. We want to be using Thunder. Okay, hopefully we should still beat this in 3 turns, though. Or you could miss with 5 Focus Blasts in a row, for example. Exactly, that's the spirit, Kevin. It's unlikely, but it can happen. 90% of gamblers quit right before they hit big. Keep gambling. Well, I mean, I don't think that's really quite the message we want to take away here at Beauvo Games. No, in fairness, the rain might have only been set up in turn 2. I wasn't sure, but just the thing about Muddy Water is that Muddy Water's really inaccurate as well. Muddy Water only has like I think it has like an 85 accuracy or something, so you may as well... If it was like 95, I'd be like, oh yeah, play it safe. But it doesn't have... It's either... It might be 90, but I think it actually could be 85 accuracy. And so if you're going for like 85, like an 85 accuracy move that's not super effective, over a 70% that is super effective and more powerful as like your safety move, it's just that's not really much of a safety move. Do we want to, like, double switch or something? I don't know who we've got ahead. We've got, like, Claydol and something else. Oh, it's Frostlass. Yeah, do we want to get rid of Lickitung here? Because we don't have much health, and Lickitung's not a very good Pokemon, and maybe we do want to double switch. Because Lickitung isn't very good against a Frostlass. Yes! Okay. Sorry, I forgot what we had ahead. So good switch there. Very good switch. Well done. But yeah, if we go for the Frostlass, and we get some berries, and then we can do Claydol, and then this could be pretty good, basically. Maybe we could get rid of Klinklang now, and then Dreadnought afterwards? Something like that. And I do think we want a Dynamax here. I know that Rhydon, like, I know it means that, like, Rhydon wouldn't be able to use Smackdown, but it's fine. We don't really need to use Smackdown is the thing. Like, I would rather have 2 Max Rock Falls from Rhydon, because we don't really have, like, a load of other ground types. We seem to have a lot of, like, Ice and Rock is the thing. So... And even Claydol, who is a ground type, doesn't have a ground move. So we don't need to worry about, like, skipping Rhydon's Dynamax. We do want to, Why do my moves keep sucking? Okay. I'm just gonna go for a triple axle. Why do we keep going against Pokemon where my moves suck? Okay. So let's just see. What does the rain in Spain that's mainly in the plains? It's like some weird rhyme that just is like taught in school or something, isn't it? You know, it's a bit like I before E except after C, except maybe there's like more accuracy to it. But it's sort of just like a rhyming thing to teach people about like rhyming and enunciation and stuff like that. So, oh, Muddy Water is 85 accuracy. Yeah, like, for a move that's, like, so crummy, that's not really that good, it's surprisingly inaccurate. I, for one, never gamble, says holding up, or booting up a certain game. Okay. No, but yeah, don't worry about the... In fairness, the thing about the rain and the Muddy Water is your Muddy Water would have been powered up by the rain, so it wasn't, like, that bad a move or that bad a choice or anything. It's just, I think, like, doing 2 Thunders in a row is pretty safe. I think it's when we, like, when we're, like, really in a dire... When we're in a really dire situation where it's like, okay, we all need to, like, hit our moves here to, like, win in 3 turns or, you know, something like that, where it's, like, don't take any risks, but, again, like... The stronger, more super effective moves, but usually that's also with people doing like safer moves that do, I don't know, less damage. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So, given you've posted that joke twice, Conowat, and I haven't got it either time, I'm going to assume that I don't get it. I'm afraid, I'm sorry. Right, here's the Max Steel Spike. Well done, everyone. Basically, the long story short, Lily, of, like, why we've been on... Oh, by the way, sorry, today, I suppose I should have said this, today is... This kind of links into Lily's question. Today is 10 months since we have been on strike for video games, where we have been fighting for, like, AI protections and all that lovely stuff. Because we want to make sure we still have a future and we still want video game companies to use real humans and instead of exploiting them. And if they really are insistent for whatever reason on not using humans, to then make sure that people aren't exploited. So Frostlass, Dreadnought, no, Klinklang. It's Klinklang, 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 Klinklang! Okay, never mind. Sorry. This is why I should, like, focus on the battles a bit more sometimes, because we'd sort of said, so well done, Dreadnought, for switching her. We'll do the Claydol. This is still fine. It's just, it would have been better to have had Dreadnought and Frostlass. But even in fairness, even I kind of forgot in a panic there, like, which one was supposed to switch there. We had said about Klinklang switching, because Dreadnought was good against Claydol, and then, and Clink Clang isn't as good against Claydol, so it would have been better to have those two, but it doesn't matter. Well done, Sky, well done again for another excellent switch. My bad there for doing that, but yeah. Yeah, Kevin, for the love of Nelly, don't joke. Don't joke about that. Yes, we saw about Duolingo. We talked about that a few weeks ago. It's been it's been a very unpopular decision. I hope that and it had so much backlash, and I hope that, well, basically, the thing I kind of hope is either they renege on their very bad decision, and they go, okay, sorry, we made a mistake, that was really stupid of us, we won't be doing that, we'll be sticking with, like, real humans and stuff like that. Or I just hope that they, you know, sort of essentially, not metaphorically, but, you know, sort of, what's the phrase I'm looking at? What is, like, the phrase for a simile? Because, like, metaphorically, what's the equivalent for a simile? I actually don't know. But, you know, but as a simile, just kind of, like, crash and burn, basically. You know, like, if they want to insist on doing this, I hope people do boycott them and that they lose their subscribership and that they just kind of, like, fail, you know, because that's the only way we're going to stop these companies, guys. It's one, we need to be vocal in our opposition to it, but two, we need to, like, hit them where it hurts, which is financially. So, you know, so if we do get some game and it's proudly like, all the voices in this game are AI, we need to, like, boycott it, give it as much bad publicity as possible, so that other companies go, well, we're not going to do that. We ain't going to shoot ourselves in the foot like that, you know. Oh, here's the Max Rockfall. No! Frostless! Dang. I mean, but did you guys see the story that's come about in the past 24 hours about ScotRail, which is like a Scottish sort of train company in the UK? Did you guys see about this story? Oh, we smacked down the Claydol. I'll lay the smackdown on you. Did you guys see about this story? There's like an actress where it's like, I haven't like listened to the clips or anything, but basically there's like this Scottish actress, and she like recorded for some company a few years ago. And it was I think it was like some kind of like speech to text kind of type thing a few years ago. This is like in like 2021 or something, when like people weren't really talking about AI. And it was supposed to be, it was kind of like on the grounds of like, you know, say, yeah, like speech to text and like accessibility. And now, like years later, it's like she's basically the like AI voice of like a Scottish train company. And like, and you know, and she wasn't like told or given consent, and it's kind of against her wishes, and it's not really what she like say signed up for or anything. And they basically have done it instead of like paying a person to say the names of all the different stations and stuff like that. This apparently it doesn't like pronounce a place, at least one place, correctly. Yeah, and so they basically like cloned her voice and stuff like that, and used it like against her will and against her knowledge. And it's had a load of backlash, again, whether they renege on it or not. It's kind of harder to boycott a train company because we do need to travel. You can't really choose your public transport options. But you know, that's where like the apply the pressure thing comes into it. So clink clang, 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 clink clang. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Perfect. So excellent. So we have a good team here. We either have like ice or rock moves, and that's pretty good. We do have a backpacker. Maybe I can get a citrus berry. That'd be nice if I could. Or an expert belt if not. Leper berry. Oh, that sucks. I'll just have to get a focus band and hope for the best. Lily, I'm not sure I quite fully understand your question properly about like why they people turning AI. But I mean, basically, if it's kind of like why are companies using it, it's sort of a mixture of laziness and a perceived it's cheaper, even though it's not necessarily cheaper a lot of the time. But yeah, it's just laziness. It's just people who can't be bothered to do things and want to sort of do them with less effort, while still charging you the same amount of money or more. Again, it's kind of the thing where, like, if it's not like if you go to a self-checkout, you pay less money for your goods or anything like that. There are just a lot of things where anything where, like, the number, it's like, oh, well, if we do this, it will, like, save costs, but they never really pass those costs on to you. Now, don't get me wrong, I like self-checkout, so that's not a great example, but I just mean, but people sort of, but I think sometimes companies say these things, like, companies will always say, oh, we're doing this thing because, like, it'll save money, but then you don't save money, they save money. Now, again, it's not strictly true for AI. We sort of talked about this within the past few weeks, where it's like, again, you are either, if you do stuff with AI, you're either going to make a load of mistakes, or you are going to have to spend a load of time combing through for the mistakes. And so the best and easiest thing to do, particularly with regards to voiceover, is just have people there when you're, like, creating the voiceover, because a voice actor can say, oh, is this word pronounced this way or that way? And then you can go, oh, that way. And you go, okay, cool, thanks. And then you go on and pronounce the word in that correct way. Whereas with AI, you have to, like, type in the prompts and make people say things, and then you have to hope they get it right. And then if they get it wrong, you then have to go back and fix it. And sometimes, because AI just isn't very good, you might not be able to fix it. There are just some words that AI just, like, can't really cope with. Oh, Omniboost! Omniboost! For Conowat! Watch that focus ban be what let's Team 1 win. I hope so. Oh no, because we're about to get sandstormed to death, probably. The focus ban will kick in, but then the sandstorm will kill me. That's the prediction. So, a rare Omni Boost indeed. I do feel like for a 1 in 10 thing, we have not had it happen that much at all. Like, if you think of all the time we've had freezes, and, like, oh, no, fainted, no, focus band, where were you? Focus band. Okay, and the storm rages on. Unfortunately. 4 HP for Sky, but there goes Frostlaz as well. Okay, but we still got 2 lives. It's fine. We're gonna win, okay? Claydol has the Omni Boost, and Rhydon is a Rhydon. So, and there's no water. It would have to use, like, a Rain Dance and a Weather Ball and get very lucky here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Skywatcher's cheer's very great. Oh, and it's a heal cheer. You love to see it. Watch, mine will be rubbish now. 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this cheer feeble or great? Oh! Oh, it's Reflect, which is useless in this battle. Here's Max Rockfall. This is why we want Rock instead of Ice, because look, that Max Rockfall doesn't do very much at all to a ground type. So there you go. Right, here's the Max Rockfall. Show me potato salad. Oh, we did it. The heal would have been great for me. I know, that's the thing. We needed a heal cheer before anyone died, and thus not to have anyone be around to do any cheering. Well done, everyone! Excellent work. Xander, like, no feeble cheers? Who are you people? I know, right? When have we ever had, like, two good cheers in a row? Like, I mean, the supposed 80, like, what? 80% chance each time? So that would be a 64% chance of, like, 2 cheers working. I don't think we've ever had 2 cheers work. No, I think we have had 2 cheers work, but have we ever actually had 2 good cheers where the stats are, like, good? So, like, say a heal and an evasion boost, or a heal and then, like, the right defensive stat up. We probably haven't. Damien, hello, welcome. Okay, so Dreadnought is a Dreadnought. Frostlass is not shiny, unfortunately. Claydol. Oh, I need shiny Claydol, though. Ah, the humanity. Shout out to my marine biologist friend, Humanity. Hi, Hugh, if you're watching. Right, but will we get the slightly purple Thunderous? No! No Thunderous. Okay, let's check the old Galar symbol. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. But we do have an Adamant Dreadnought, which is very good. And then a hasty, let's not be too hasty. Too late. Frostlass is very hasty. And then the inverse for Claydol. What is that? It's relaxed. That's the one. Yeah, we need to be relaxed, not hasty. But no, I'm going to go for the Dreadnought. It's some interesting... Oh, what was the... Hang on. Okay, and then Brave for Thunderous. Just call Thunderous Merida, because it's brave. Right, here we go. I will be taking that Dreadnought, thank you very much. Satella, hi! This is a good time to remind everyone to please like the video if you haven't already. Because a bunch of people have just joined, and maybe they haven't clicked like on the video yet. So, you saved your progress, welcome back. Would you like to keep a record of where you found a Thunderous? I'm going to say yes. Okay. So, we've got Kevin and Kieran, and then we need one more for either you. Well, I'd kind of prefer to do Yuxi here. Is there anyone who can do Yuxi? Like, can Damien do Yuxi? Or there was Cac John as well. Cac John was here first, so if Cac John is here, then Cac John can have dibs on this. But is there anyone who is interested in doing a Yuxi who is not Kieran or Kevin? Also, Kramen, I like that you did the square brackets of Team 1 and Team 2, and then regular classic rounded brackets for the actual player names. Very good. It looks very tidy. Very tidy. And then all we need is, like, in, like, a third kind of bracket. So, like, the, I forgot what you kind of call them, but the brackets would kind of dip out in the middle. Those could be for the legendary, but yeah, we can kind of, like, honorarily give this third slot to Cac John, and then if not Cac John, Damien. The thing about those brackets, like, that third kind of brackets, they definitely are, like, the flimsiest and less visibly, No, I pinned the comment. Kramen wrote it, but I pinned it. There's just something about them where they kind of blend in a bit more. They're good in mathematics if you actually do have a bunch of numbers and you know, and you're like handwriting it and stuff like that. And you're doing it for like multiple rows of information, but just on a single line, they're just not very impactful. Let's see. Okay, Damien seems to be here. Cac John. Damien, do you have the shiny charm now? Oh, we could add that to the spreadsheet. Damien, would you like to be our third player? Because we haven't had... I'm not seeing Cac John anywhere. Cac John will have to join us for the next one. But yeah, so Damien, would you be all right doing a Yuxi with us? And this can be Kevin, Kieran, Damien. And then that would be really good. Okay. So if that sounds like a plan, we'll press the Y button. Make sure you're connected online, Team 2. Because, yeah, we are running a little bit behind, so let's hurry up a little bit now. And we'll say, anything goes. Yay! Excellent. Thank you, Damien. Sorry, we did have someone else here, Damien, but they have not they haven't re-emerged, so you're in. Okay. So you guys are going to select anything's fine, but I'm going to select Yuxi, and then we're going to save our game. And we're going to link code, and we're going to go 0527, and then 0234. How about that for a code? 0527 0234. And there we go, ready, set, bow. So Kevin, Kieran, Damien, do. I had to remember what I was saying, then do. Okay. Did you guys, gals and non-binary pals, see that they have cast the 3 main children for the new Harry Potter television series? I'm not going to talk too much or anything about it or anything. Again, Harry Potter is a weird topic to talk about, so I'm not talking about it for, like, those reasons, like, oh, guys, it's very exciting and da-da-da. That's not why I'm talking about it. I bring it up because... these children are probably going to be in a very weird place. They are just children, so please don't, like, hold them accountable for anything. You know, kids are kids. Leave the kids alone. Hang on. I'll pin this comment from Kramen, just in case I forget who Damien is. Even though I should remember the teams that I assign. Just in case I do forget who Damien is. So there we go. Okay, so Yuxi, you guys know this. Dark, Ghost, Bug, don't use ground moves. Stat moves are pretty good. That's why Dark and Ghost are good, because max Darkness, max Phantasm. Right, let's do this thing. So here we go. Oh, the two Basculins. I'm gonna go with the Crunch Basculin though, because it has Crunch. More like a lunch. Dedenne can use entrainment strats. I will just say that. But yeah, that's the thing. Just, like, don't attack the kids for being in the show. They don't know what they're doing. They're not old enough to be able to comprehend anything, really. They don't know what they're getting into. You can maybe have a go at some of the, like, older actors a bit and stuff like that. Like, the people who are going to play the teachers and whatnot, if you so desire. You know, it's a weird situation. Oh, if we go to the right, there's a poison. So both Basculins. Wow. I guess it was going to happen eventually, huh? Right, Persian, and then... Oh, and then there's Obstagoon. So if we go to the right again, a second time, and then Bouffalont does have, like, Assurance, which I assure you is a pretty decent move. So maybe we could do that. Or we could just, like, keep someone else. I don't know. I don't know who we're going to swap and when. Maybe we might want to switch, like, the three of you guys, because I'm the only one who actually has a Dark, Ghost, or Bug move right now, I believe. And again, I don't know who is, like, the best to keep or not keep or whatever. We could keep Dedenne for entrainment. Remember, you can't use entrainment on anyone Dynamaxing, so if you are going to use entrainment strats at all at any point, do not, I repeat, do not use them on the Dynamaxer. But Dedenne is a fairy type with a fairy move here, so it shouldn't be using entrainment. It should just be attacking. But, hi Garfield, I mean Persian. Speaking of Garfield, I think yesterday was 1 year since Chris Pratt Garfield. Chris Pratt Garfield. I remember when, like, Chris Pratt was announced as Garfield, and it was, like, ages before, you know, I think, like, 2 years ago or whatever, I remember that. And now that movie's, like, or like, I think it was, like, 2 years before it came out, and now that movie's, like, a year old. Like, what even is time? I'm so confused. But guys, who is actually no. I'm gonna save that joke for I'm gonna save that joke for another stream, I think. But anyway, oh, okay, Poison Jab for Togedemaru, a bit of an odd choice. We could definitely just be going with our electric or steel moves or whatever the heck it has. Actually, what stats does my Basculin have? Better. Oh, there you go, Scientist Jones. Oh, okay, so I do have some kind of special attack up nature. I didn't look at what the other one was, but my physical is a little bit better. But okay, I'm just going to keep going with special. Oh, Snarl, no, I just selected a special move. No. I should have used a physical move. Never mind. Togedemaru is going to be, like, using a different move now. Like, see, this is what I was worried about! Right, Dazzling Gleam, more like a Dazzling Beam. And then here's Max Geyser, but I selected Special. Kadoosh, oh, we did it! So there we go. But yeah, I remember when Chris Pratt got announced, and it was basically, like, a couple of weeks after he got announced as being Mario. And so, you know, everyone was just like, oh, Chris Pratt has, like, every voice role and stuff like that. But it's funny, though, because I think that these were only, like, his second and third voice. If we don't include the Lego sequel, it's like, this is only, like, say, like, those were only, like, the second and third franchises where he had, like, I think, like, been, like, a big voiceover role. I don't think he'd really done much, like, voiceover for big movies. Like, he'd only really done, like, the Lego movie, and that was it. Right, Persian. Who are we going to switch? I don't know who we're switching. Who was next? It was, like, Persian, and then... As long as one of you switches, I don't care. As long as someone switches. Hat's in the ring. Dedenne, you did it. Well done. Okay. So, oh yeah, Obstagoon. Oh, ironically, Dedenne is probably the one Pokemon we should have kept, but oh well. Never mind. It's fine. Okay, so we got Obstagoon and Bouffalon. We'll remember that. Shall we... Let's have Togedemaru, because basically we either wanted Damien to have either the Persian or the Obstagoon, basically. It didn't matter which, but we wanted Damien to have one of those two. We don't want Damien to be stuck with the Bouffalon, because Damien is going to be our Dynamaxer. That's why they call him Dynamaxing Damien. No, Kevin, that was good. That was good. Like, again, it would be fine if we, like, had passed on the Bouffalon, but we didn't want to pass on Persian. So, no, that was good, that was good, that was good. So, Dynamax, if you've got it. Are there any other Chris Pratts I should know about? But, yeah, no, that's the thing. There's, like, Emmett, there's Mario, and there's Garfield. But I think that is it from him, like, in terms of animated stuff. I don't know. It's so weird. Like, he had this, like, debut for the Lego movie, and then you would have thought he'd, like, be in everything after that, and then, like, he wasn't. I mean, he's been in a lot of movies since then, don't get me wrong. And he had the first F-bomb in the MCU, and it is a funny moment, so I'll give him that. Oh, Snarl, that's pretty good. Weakens those Thunderbolts and Max Lightning so that they're less frightening, and if I don't know if I meant Dedenne or Togedemaru, because we have both of them, don't we? Well, we had both of them. But yeah, we want to get rid of 4th place Togedemaru for this Obstagoon now. So now people are joking that Jack Black is in everything, and that's not even like with like 2 voiceover roles. Like, one was live action. Like, forgive a bloke for, like, doing 2 movies in 2 years. Oh, heaven forbid an actor's in 2 movies in 2 years. But anyway. But it is funny that basically he has had, like, probably, like, the 2 most successful movies of his career in the past 2 years. That is kind of funny. Kaz, hello from Hyrule. Did you know in Hyrule they have like a cooking shop for different herbs and stuff like that? So it's like where you can get your like food flavoring kind of type stuff. Yeah, food flavoring enhancers. Yeah, it's called the Temple of Time. Please don't leave. Click like on the video. Okay. Oh, so close. He went from Bowser to Steve. Exactly. And that's the thing, he was great. Guys, forgive me if this is my hot take, but like the cast of the Mario movie, except Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, were good. I liked them, except for Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. And maybe some of like the smaller roles, but like in terms of like the main named people and stuff, except Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, they were great, except Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. You know, so like your Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Bowser. I even like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, except when he did the Seth Rogen laugh. Seeing Donkey Kong go that was wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. No. But the rest of it was good though. Except Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing, guys. Like, I mean, I don't mean to take anything away from Jack Black here when I say this, but like, Bowser's kind of always probably gonna be kind of a bit of a runaway character, because he's like, either the least boring / most interesting. So yeah, Damien with the Togedemaru, well done. Sorry, because I need to concentrate a bit. But like again, like in Paper Mario games, when like Bowser has loads of dialogue, he's always fun and funny. It's been this way since Super Mario RPG. So boofalon, do 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 do. Because it has a dark move that could be there for funny. So, yeah. Bo, that joke did more damage to Hyrule than Ganon ever did, Kevin says. So, but yeah, but like, so that's the thing. Bowser is just like, Bowser is like a comic relief character and can be very funny and stuff like that. So I'm not taking anything away from Jack Black. Like, he was excellent, but it's just one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, Bowser was always gonna be one of the best characters in the thing, you know, like that's kind of it, you know. Mario and Peach are always gonna be like two of the most boring ones in a way, and then like Luigi, you can have some fun with Luigi. Toad can kind of, you know, sort of be pretty funny and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, but they were good. They were good. So no, I liked the Mario movie cast and stuff. My issues with the movie, apart from Fred Armisen's Cranky Kong, were mainly just to do with, say, like the weird pacing, the real world music. I think those were the two main things. It was a very weirdly paced movie, and then using the real world music. I feel like they could have just used like orchestrated Mario music and stuff like that. I mean, you know, if you want to have Ariana Grande sing like do 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 do, fine, you know, but like but stick to the Mario-ness of it. I don't think they needed to have like Take On Me and stuff like that, you know. Now where's my Luigi's Mansion movie? That could be a fun one. That could be, they should do that. That would be fun. But who will be Professor Elvin Gadd? That is the question. Who will be Professor Gadd? Sir Ian McKellen. No. Luigi, what are you doing? No, okay. But there we go. And give us Waluigi's answers. Xander, Waluigi doesn't even appear in the Wario games. It ain't gonna happen. No, I'm kidding. No. But whatever people say about Waluigi for Smash, I'm like, Waluigi's not even in the WarioWare games. Like, you know. I think Obstagoon could probably be using Facade or something, right? Like, isn't that a stronger move? Well, we still beat the Buffalo anyway. Ooh, the Buffalo! We beat the Buffalo! Sir Patrick Stewart. No, that's fine as well. Because they could really go... Because the thing about Professor Egad is he has, like, the really high voice and stuff like that. So they could kind of, like, go against type by having someone with, like, a deep, richer voice. That would be funny. But, yeah. Waluigi was seen in a Wario game. Oh, he had a cameo in a Wario game, did he? Oh, that changes everything. No, sorry, I'm kidding. But it is just funny that like Waluigi isn't really even in Wario games. It's just kind of funny. Okay, so yeah, I think the other Basculin, the Not Me Basculin, could switch here because I don't think that one has a dark move, whereas Bouffalon does have a dark move. So I think this would be pretty good. But yeah, but just, I mean, I've always wanted like a Wario and Waluigi RPG. Like, so like instead of Mario and Luigi, you have Wario and Waluigi. Or you have both of them. You have like a Mario and Luigi game, Wario and Waluigi saga. Or something, you know, but... or they could cast Jim Carrey as Egad. That would be fun. But yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll get some news about the Zelda movie soon. I'll go with a crunch, even though I actually think a scold is about as even as a crunch, but we'll go for it. But yeah, they better not cast Fred Armisen as Egad. Don't you do it. Like Illumination. But yeah. Actually, they could have... They probably would do someone like Bill Hader or someone like that. But I like Bill Hader, so... I would trust Bill Hader as, like, Professor Egad. So I don't know why I'm, like, struggling to say Egad today. It's like my brain, like, simultaneously wants to scream, like, Egad, Professor Elvin Gadd, and Gadd all at the same time, and it can't decide which one of those to settle on. Oh, there we go. That's what I was hoping for. Defense down. We're hoping for the defense down. But yeah, hopefully we do get something for the... Well, no, actually no, because the Mario movie 2, I think we're still like a year away from that, so we might not hear about that for a while. But like for Zelda, I mean, hopefully we're hearing something about like some casting or something soon. You know, we are ripping its defenses apart. We really are. And we're ripping its special attack apart as well. Max Darkness. Well done, Damien. It is Damien. Right here, right now. Sorry, Damien, you've probably heard that joke. That probably is like the joke that is like the bane of your existence, and I do apologize. Right, magic room, more like a magic broom. And, okay, thanks for... okay, so guys, we weren't able to use our items for one turn there, but it's okay now. Right, lash out, more like a thrash out. Watch the Zelda movie, have a surprise cameo from the cartoon cast. They may. They might. Who knows? It'd be fun and nice if they did. You have like Link come in and like not say a word, like, you know, in his non-vocalizations, not say anything to like a friendly barkeep who gives him like a pint, and then the guy's like, well, excuse me, and it's like the guy from the cartoon. So there we go. Well done, Team 2. We made it through. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Get those emojis in. But guys, what do you think will be like the plot for the Legend of Zelda movie? Do you think it will be some kind of mishmash of various things? Do you think it will be like a Legend of Zelda 1 type thing? Do you think it will be Ocarina of Time? Do you think it will be Breath of the Wild? Because the thing you got to remember is the Legend of Zelda is actually not a very commercially successful series. It's only Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom that have really like shifted numbers compared to the other games. Like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have like pretty much in and of themselves sold as much as like all the rest of the Zelda series, pretty much. Like it's something like that. Not maybe not exactly, like maybe, you know, but if you know, but it's pretty close though. So oh, well, then a milkman. Okay, fine. Milkman Mike. Milkman Michael. Team Sky. Okay. So, no shiny for you guys? Well, then it's up to me. Poison is a no. You can't spell Persian without... Nah. Obstagoon. You can't spell Obstagoon without no. No West Ham colours for Obstagoon. Bouffalante. You can't spell Bouffalante without no. Bouffalante. But will we get... You can't have whee without whee. Will we get the Golden Yuxi? Oh, it's a Bluesky. Like the colours of Ukraine, and we support Ukraine here at Beauvo Games. Ah, dang. But no, Persian no, Obstagoon no, Bouffalante no, and Yuxi no. But look, they all have the same amount of points needed to level up. Isn't that cute? Probably no. Oh, there it is! The gentle Persian! The gentle Persian! It's a gentle-natured Persian. There's always one gentle... Oh, and a jolly Obstagoon. He's very happy. We'll go with the... Well, she's very happy. We'll go with the Obstagoon. Why not? But there we go. I was thinking, Abraham Lincoln, if we do 3 regular tickets a day, and we do 5 streams a week, that means we do 15. I repeat, 15. 15, like, ticketed Dynamax Adventures per week. So basically, after, like, 7 weeks... we should always get one of our tickets. So basically, every 2 months, mathematically, this is just me talking mathematically here, mathematically, we should be rotating our tickets. So we've had our current tickets for at least 3 weeks here. So, you know, in like another 4 weeks, we shouldn't be doing these. But until then, we will proceed with Kartana. So, would you like us to keep a record of where you found Yuxi? Yes, I would. So, chat, my lovely chat. Are any of you interested in Kartana? Cac John, are you there and interested in a Kartana? If so, regardless of how many times you've played, please let me know if you are interested in a Kartana. Say strike in big capital letters, then the number of times you've played, and then say, in regular capitalization, I can do... and then let me know if you can do Kartana, because we're only asking about Kartana here. So, Sky, you would, but you're eating. No. Sky, play with your feet like everyone else. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's see. Kevin can do... yeah, I'm ready, set, bow. Let me know if I didn't say that. So Kevin can do katana. Kevin can do katana. And Damien, if you would like... yes, Damien wants to. Okay, so we've got Kevin, we've got Damien. So we'll just see who's around and who's available and who can do... like, will then eat faster, Kevin jokes. It's like, yeah, well, like, get the heartburn, Sky. Come on, like, shovel it down. Get some heartburn. Kieran, you'll pass. Well, you might not have the luxury, Kieran. We might need you. No, if there's Cac John, if you're there, Cac John. Because we do only have 2 so far. I mean, you can beat a Kartana with like, you know, 3 humans. But I'd rather not, if we had a choice. So, last chance going for Kartana. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Heartburn is temporary, shinies are for life. As long as you remember to transfer them using Pokemon Home, available now on a Nintendo Switch family of systems. So, including Nintendo Switch 2 in a week. It's corn on the cob, so you got to use both hands. Well, then, no. Like, just put the cob on the table and eat it, like, face down. Like, no, it's fine. Okay. So, no, okay. Okay, so we'll go. Would you like to anyway embark upon a Dynamax adventure? Yes, I would. So you guys are going to select anything goes. I'm going to select Kartana. And then Kieran and Damien, you're going to jump into this. We've got 0527. And then 0258. That's kind of confusing, but oh well. 0527, 0258. If you do join Kieran, you can take it off of your strike number when we ask for the wildcards, okay? But the pin does still work as Kramen, so that's like basically the number 2 is wrong. That's all that's wrong. So you guys know Kartana. It's super duper mega weak to fire. It's also weak to fighting, but we do want to aim more for special attacks than physical attacks, okay? We actually did have a strategy recently where we didn't have fire types and where we used like Metal Sound and like Max Darkness, and it worked in special moves, and it worked pretty well. So I like Xander's post there with the strike through. Very good. Except for the fact that strike through does that thing where it carries on into the next, like, the empty space. Like, I always find it weird when they do that. No, just say your strike is 1. No need to confuse it. Otherwise, I'll think you're a strike 5. It's like, oh, you're a strike 5? Well, then you're definitely not playing. Okay, so well done, everyone. Here we go. Ready, set, bow. Just strike 1 will suffice. Oh, Skuntank. Okay, that's good. And then Graplock does have... We could save the Focus Blasts for the Kartana. But yeah. Okay, this is pretty nifty. Oh, and watch out for Leaf Blade. It has Leaf Blade. So, like, technically, Togedemaru... Oh, Cherim does have Weather Ball strats. So, okay, this is kind of interesting. This is very interesting indeed. Oh, there's a fire to the right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hang on. We got fire to the right. Torkoal with 1. And then who else? Is that Eldegoss? Okay, I have a plan. Actually, okay. I have a plan and a theory and a theory and a plan here. Do we want to switch Togedemaru for... I know normally we switch the fire type for 4th place. However, if we switch the Togedemaru for Torkoal, that means we get instant Cherim powers, like, on every battle. And that Cherim could use a Max Flare, like a Max Flare on turn 1. Because normally the problem with Cherim is that when it Dynamaxes, it can't use... like a fire type Max Flare, it has to go for a Max Strike. But if we switched Togedemaru, so should we switch Togedemaru here? Togedemaru. And then that could be good. I'm going to use a max ooze. I'm going to use one max ooze here just to, like, help everyone out a little bit. And then I'll use a max darkness afterwards to also save on PP. But yeah, so again, I know normally we'd be like, oh, fire type, put it in the fourth slot. But Torkoal's also really slow, so we'll probably KO it before Torkoal even gets to attack. Like, Cherim probably is better than Torkoal if it can use a fire move, which it will if we have a Torkoal. So does that sound like a plan? Ooh, Nuzzle. More like a puzzle. Oh, okay, Weather Ball. I was expecting a Solar Beam there, just because Solar Beam is the more powerful thing. But there we go. So there's a special attack up, okay. And then I will also do a special defense down here. Down, down, down to the bottom of the sea. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is Sucker Punch, isn't it? Oh, I want to get rid of my Sucker Punches. So that works pretty niftily. Hopefully we can still 3-turn this thing. But again, it doesn't matter if we don't, because I have a fire move, so it's not a problem. But I think basically Togedemaru is kind of like the weak link in a way, because it's the only thing without a super effective move. Electro Web, nice, good. Lower that speed. Torkoals are notorious for being... Oh, okay. We are still using Weather Ball. Again, Solar Beam... I think Solar Beam is the more powerful move here. Once you do factor in, like, Stab and the Weather. So we do want to be using Solar Beam on, like, the next turn, if that's okay. But, oh, there's the accuracy down! Because, like, Muddy Water... Oh, God, oh, Lava Plume. Oh, gosh. Or was that Burning Jealousy? No, that's Burning Jealousy, wasn't it? Gosh. Speed stat becomes 0. I know, that's the thing. Between the paralysis and, like, the Electro Web. This thing's gonna have, like, nothing. Right, here's Electro Web. Good. Well done for going special. Right, Solar Beam. Oh, there we go. See, look how much damage that did. Wow. So, well done, everyone. Very nice. Very nice. Good thing you use Max Darkness. Well, that's the thing. Between, like, the Max Ooze and the Max Darkness, it just kind of, like... I don't necessarily know how, like, the maths works out, but I feel like having one stat up, and then the other... Like, one of your stats up and one of their stats down is always, like, a pretty good thing. Because then it means if anything reset... Usually if stuff resets, it resets only on one side of the field. So, Togedemaru! Togedemaru... So, I do apologize, Kieran. If there's any science, it means you won't be able to do it, because Torkoal will be the crux of this team. But Togedemaru, Togedemaru... There we go. Excellent. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So yeah, we have our team now. So all we have to do is just beat things. So should we go for Eldegoss here? Because it's going to be really easy for us to beat because we have so many fire moves. And then we can just go for, like, Exploud or whatever. Yeah, we could then just go for Exploud on, like, the final fight or whatever. Now, funnily enough, Eldegoss does... I will just say one thing. Kevin, if you did want to switch your Grapple-Oct for Eldegoss just because it has Weather Ball as well... I would say a Weather Ball from Eldegoss is probably better than a Focus Blast from, is probably better than a Focus Blast from a Grapple-Oct. So if we did want to lean into this fire type thing, then we could be good here. But yeah, there aren't even any scientists with the current path. I was going to say, I don't recall actually seeing any scientists, so it kind of works out, in that regard. Like, you know, of all the times to get such a perfect Pokemon for Kieran, it's nice when we don't have to science. But yeah, let's have Eldegoss and Cherim, the, like, cousins from another Buzzin. I didn't know how to finish that. Okay. So here we go. So here we go. So we've got the flower gift boost. One thing I did forget is the flower gift does boost my physical moves. So like my max darknesses would be like, and like lash outs and stuff would be way more powerful in this weather. But I do have the sun up as well, so... But yeah, now we want to go for like our weather balls, fire, burning jealousies. No infernos or anything, no need to risk it for the biscuit. But yeah, and like max knuckle or whatever is definitely the way to go here, and we should be good, basically. But yeah, sorry, Kevin said about thinking Ocarina of Time because of like the sort of classicness of it, to go back to the Legend of Zelda movie plot stuff. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if they did do like Breath of the Wild, just because again it is the one that's like popular. It's gonna be popular, but like just because it is a story that like the story is a thing a lot of people know. I almost think Ocarina of Time could be in some ways like a bit of an outsider, just because of some of the... Because also as well, there's just sort of like a lot... I feel like if you take a more generic Zelda plot, you could kind of have Link go to like a couple of dungeons, get a Triforce and beat Ganon. Like that could be like just a solid like Legend of Zelda, NES, you beat Ganon kind of story, right? Breath of the Wild... There is a lot of stuff there, but you kind of could just have dude wakes up after 100 years, finds a dragon and solves a couple of puzzles, and you know, and then fights Ganon. Although a thing about here's the thing about both Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time, they don't strictly have a whole lot of Zelda in them, and I feel like they're gonna want to have Zelda in it a lot. So it's like, what do you do about that? Because a lot of these stories don't have a whole lot of Zelda in them. What if they did Wind Waker? What if they what if they filmed it and then like CGI'd it in post and made it look all Wind Wakery? But here we go. If they do Breath of the Wild, there better be a joke about pausing mid-battle and eating a bunch of food to heal. Oh gosh, like we can imagine like Link getting like flung through the air and then like eating an apple before he hits the ground, just like in midair. And then like Mary and Pippin are like flying alongside next to him. But there we go. Right, but should we do Exploud? I feel like Exploud would be good, just because it doesn't really have a whole lot of like Luxray's just like a little bit more annoying, and Exploud has like a bit... Exploud does have Blizzard, which is a problem for the grass types, but it's also very inaccurate. I think if we just use like... if we use like Solar Beams and stuff like that, maybe not turn 1 Leaf Storm, maybe do like a Weather Ball turn 1, Leaf Storm turn 2. But if we do like Solar Beam and fire moves and lash outs and stuff, we should be pretty good here. Low on hearts, eat like 30 apples. I do hope that whatever Zelda game we get next, whatever like the Switch 2 era of Zelda looks like in like 3, 4, 5 years, whenever we get the Zelda game, because Zelda games notoriously take forever. I do hope that they really do improve upon... Oh, I did wonder in the last battle if I should use Acid Spray, and for some reason my mind was still locked on Max Ooze from the first battle. But I absolutely should have used an Acid Spray last time to help you guys out with your attacks. But anyway, I'm just going to lash out here, though, because I do have that flower gift boost. And then, yeah. But I hope we do get, like, improvements on things. Like, I don't want to... I don't really want that sort of, like, pausing and healing mid-battle. That's actually, like, not really, like, a good gameplay mechanic, to be honest. I don't really know how you fix that. Other than if you go back to an old-school Zelda system where healing items are kind of a bit rarer, but you just get hearts from, like, cutting the grass and stuff like that. Or if you had a system where if you didn't take any damage for like 1 minute, then you start like recovering hearts like naturally or something like that, and you can get like 1 or 2 healing potions that you get to carry around all the time. Because, again, I quite like that system. I quite like the system of hearts are kind of just generally around, like, when you do need to heal after battles, but, like, during battles, you're not really hunting them out a whole lot. Like, I do quite like that old system of just, you know, like, hearts are kind of around when you need to find them, but, like, in the heat of battle, you don't really have access to them. I like that, so... it's the year 3000, so fans are still waiting for Breath of the Wild 3. Well, here's the thing as well. I don't know what their plan is to go forward with, like, voice acting and stuff like that, whether they'll kind of just leave that as, like, a Breath of the Wild series of things. If they do carry on with voice acting and stuff, though, the thing I really do hope in the next big 3D Zelda is I do hope it's not set in the same Hyrule. I do hope it's not the same Link and Zelda. I hope we get, like, a new Hyrule, or just some other world, to be honest. I would like to see something new. I don't want the same Link and Zelda. I don't want, like, the champions and, like, their descendants or anything. I want, like, a new... you know, like a new, like, Link and Zelda and stuff like that. And yes, that does include, like, the voices and stuff. I kind of want, like, because that's what I like about, like, Legend of Zelda. You get, like, these different iterations of characters, and I like that. I'm glad we haven't just had the same Link and Zelda since, like, Ocarina of Time. I'm glad we've had Toon Link and Tetra. Tetra was great, but I also wouldn't have wanted Tetra to be the only... you know, one we have. Spoilers for Wind Waker, sorry. But, like, I just realized that there, sorry. It's a commonly known fact, right? It's a 20-year-old game. I apologize. Shall I spoil the end of what? No, I was going to think of, like, all the movies that have twist endings, but I don't want to list a load of movies with twist endings, because then you'll watch them expecting twist endings. But, it will be Link and Zelda's child, Zinc! Precious Zinc! But yeah. But here we go. Well done, everyone. So, use your fire... So, yeah, don't forget, max... It will say max strike, but it will be max flare. So, Dynamax and use your, you know, quote-unquote max strike. It will be a max flare. And the rest of us should use all our fire moves as well. We all have fire moves here. So, let's do this thing. And then we'll win very, very quickly. And that's the thing, and Torkoal will basically help us because of the sun. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. But yeah, but for future 3D Zelda, I want there to be, like, a new Hyrule, a new Link and Zelda, a new kind of lore, a new this, that, and the other. I hope they do make it a little bit more like the sort of traditional... I feel like you could have, like, that more traditional element more. Where you do get, like, you do a dungeon, and you get an item from the dungeon, and then you can use that item from the dungeon to unlock stuff. Oh my gosh! Was that a crit? Wow! That wasn't even stab! That wasn't even stab! That was a one-shot! A one-shot! Dang! And normally we need Cherrim to, like, set up the sun, so that was a real treat, getting Torkoal and Cherrim. Wow! Wow! Wowie zowie! That was incredible! Dang! I didn't even get to talk more about Zelda. Well, stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Let's do this thing, Team 3, aka, like, Team Crossed Out 2. Very nice job, everyone. Mainly Cherrim and Torkoal. It was all about Cherrim and Torkoal. So, sorry, Skuntank and Eldegoss. That was amazing! Amazing! Let's do this thing, shall we? Good luck, everyone. We deserve this. So, Torkoal is a no, but we do have a girl team, so that's kind of fun. Eldegoss, I need a shiny Eldegoss. Oh, dang. Okay, no Eldegoss. Will we get a dupe explode? Doop doop. No. Or will we get the silver thingied katana? No. Dang. Never mind. Okay, so Torkoal, Eldegoss, Explode, and Katana. We are also in ascending order. Now, I'm beginning to wonder almost sometimes if they're always in ascending order. But no, we saw like a war turtle in row 3, and we've seen it in row 1. So Torkoal has like a mild or rash nature. Is that mild? I think it's mild. Yeah, mild Torkoal. Oh, and then an inverse for Eldegoss. And then Exploud isn't very good. Will we get a gentle Olax? No. Okay, good. Good. I'm going to get this Torkoal, because I think Torkoal was very, very good. Bo, you might want to look at what shiny Kartana looks like again. Don't tease me. I thought it had... Okay, hang on. Oh, wait, I don't have my phone. I'll get my tablet in a second. I never see the blue on it when I look it up. Where is this blue? I never see blue on it. Well, at least I didn't last time. The silver thing is more prominent to me than any blue. No, right. I'll look it up in a sec. I'll get my tablet out in a second. Look, when we're doing like team 4 and 5. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get the Torkoal. Well done though, everyone. Very nice work. Very nice work indeed. So there we go. Okay. So, Torkoal, it's been sent to a box, it's been sent to a cardboard box. Okay, so chat, my lovely chat, now is the time to let us know, yes, we will keep Kartana. So, guys, gals, non-binary pals, I need to know your wild cards. So could you please let me know, strike, the number of times you've played today, whether you're still eating corn on the cob, and if you have any of the following tickets. Tapu Bulu, Nihilego, Buzzwole, Celesteela Guzzlord, and or Stack Attacker. So, let me know. Because we need to figure out what wildcards we're doing. We'll sort of figure out the tickets first. If you don't have any of them, don't worry about saying anything for now. I just want to find out who's around and who has tickets. So we have Guzzlord and Buzzwole, the old the Uzzes from Kevin. Kevin has the 2 Uzzes. This is us. Karen has a Stack Attacker, Nihilego, do. And you are a strike 1. For anyone who doubts it. Okay. Guzz Buzz. Or Buzz Guzz. Guzz Buzz sounds like an alcoholic Buzz Lightyear. Anyway, Bark, I'm thinking maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Maybe we could do like a Kevin Buzzwole and then like a Kieran Nihilego or something like that. Or Stack Attacker. But I'm thinking maybe we could do like a Kevin then a Kieran. A Kevin and a Kieran. Kieran can still play in this upcoming round, but just in terms of hosting, we could have Kevin host and then Kieran host. So, because Kieran can do Buzzwole. So, could we maybe go for that? Does that sound okay? Okay. So, if that's the plan, so now what I need you guys, gals, non-binary pals, to let me know. To infinity and... okay. So chat, my lovely chat, could you please, the bottom of my bottle, years at the academy wasted. Okay, so could you guys please let me know, strike the number of times you've played today, and if you can do a Buzzwole. We'll go with Buzzwole first. And then we'll maybe aim for, like, Nihilego after. I feel like it's been a while since we've done Nihilego. By a while, I probably mean, like, 3 days. But yeah. And I'll get my tablet, maybe. If it's charged up enough. It is Golett Spotlight Hour. Yes, you can get shiny Golett if you're out and about between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. And then, yeah, a Buzz Lightyear, but he's voiced by Patrick Warburton, which actually was... yes, I know. Years at the academy wasted. Peter. Pew, pew, Peter. Okay, so that was terrible, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so, yeah, so guys, let me know. Strike. Who can do Buzzwole? There's Kevin and there's Kieran. But is there anyone else? Like Damien, Cac John, Sky? How's that corn on the cob going? Hang on. Okay. Oh my gosh. Right. Okay, Damien can join. So should we just have... remember that time Joe turned into Buzz Lightyear? Okay, why don't we just have Damien... Team 2 can be Team 3 and Team 4. And then, yeah. But does that sound good? Okay, hopefully that sounds good. So, Team 4, let's do some more. So, let's click on the Y button. Let's click on Internet. Let's talk to the nice scientist lady. And then, Kevin will be selecting Buzzwole. So, Kevin's going to have a Buzzwole silhouette. But the rest of us are going to say, anything goes, and have a question mark. And then here we go. So, we're going to say 0527, and then... Oh, wait, no, I'm not. We're not going to say anything. Kevin's going to decide for us. Is the more appropriate thing to do. 0527 0927. Sorry about that, Kevin. 0527 0927. Good code, though. Good code. See, when I look at Kartana, if I look at Cerebi, Gen 7 Pokedex, you just see a load of silver. You can't even see any blue. And then when you go on the Gen 8, yeah, you can't see any blue on that. I see orange, I see silver, there's no blue. When you look on Cerebi, if you look at Cerebi and Kartana, whether it's Gen 7 or Gen 8, you literally cannot see any blue. It's just silver. I'm not saying that there's not any blue. Like, if you spin it around, look at it from behind. I'm sure if I look at, like, Bulbapedia and it shows me, like, Kartana from behind. But you don't look at Kartana from behind. You look at it from the front. Like, when we're checking for, you know, shininess and sparkles and colors, we're looking at the front. And when you look at the front, you cannot... I cannot see... I literally cannot see... Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wait, I see the blue now. It's so dark against the grey background. Oh, I thought that was just the background. Oh, I see. It's a very, very, very dark blue. I was thinking like a sky blue. Okay, but that's really weird. Why are those bits of its body blue instead? Okay, but nevertheless, like it's the silver thingy that is more noticeable on a grey background. Okay, so I see why I was never able to see any blue now, because I was thinking it was going to be some kind of light blue, but it's a very dark blue that blends in with Cerebi's black background, or like greyish background. So I see that now. So and now I'm seeing all the comments of people telling me where to look, but yeah. But yeah, so I guess on like a Bulbapedia page or something, it probably looks more noticeable, but on Cerebi, it's not. The silver thingy is way more noticeable. And I'm always going to be looking at the silver thingy. Right, anyway, Bark. Buzzwole, it's fighting and bug, which means it's super duper weak to flying, and then it's also weak to Fury, Fire, and Psychic. Psychic is a double-edged sword, so watch out for that. I list them in that order because that's like best to worst. And best to worst, Fury, Fire, and Psychic. Yeah. Okay. So Mantine, there we go, is good. And then Center Scorch is good. Ninjask does resist both of its types, very much so. But then Hitmonlee does have Blaze Kick. So I will go for Hitmonlee. But then part of me wants to go for Ninjask for, like, the survivability. But, oh no, Frostlass Frostlass was better defensively, but, and offensively. But never mind. We'll probably switch it. Altaria, for example. And then there is Pelipper, but Pelipper only has, like, dual wing beat. It's not very good. Hang on. Was there a flying at the end? Oh, no, fairy. Hey! But hang on. What's that in the top left? Is that Unpheasant? Do we want to go left for the Unpheasant? I think we might want to go left for the Unpheasant. Sorry to keep saying that. I'm sorry for those of you who are very disturbed by that. But it just... Ever since it was done... I was gonna hit ready, I just wasn't ready to hit ready. Okay. Right, let me look up like Cartana, like Bulbapedia or something. I want to look at it. I want to look at its colors on Bulbapedia. Like, I want to see it on a white background. I want to see what it looks like on a white background. Right, I'm gonna Bluesky, do. I picked right because of all the fire, but... Well, I want flying, dang it. But I suppose we could have had some sunny day fire shenanigans, but... Oh, no. Oh, dang it. It puts Cerebi Bulbapedia, not Cartana Bulbapedia. Okay, that makes way more sense now. Okay, let's have a look at this, shall we? Break. More like a flick. Now, I forgot how rubbish my tablet is. This may take a while. Like, this may take a while for me to just be able to, like, look at images of it. We defeated the Grovyle! Woo! Come on. Ugh. Bulbapedia, you're too big. You have too much information, Bulbapedia. Okay, the blue is like a bit more noticeable on a white background, but here's the thing. Maybe it will look worse on like a pink, but the silver thingy is still... I still think because the gold and the silver thingies are... Yeah, okay. So maybe like on the pink background it would be okay, but because of the gold... I think the gold thingies... The blue thingies are so kind of like small and kind of tucked away and stuff that I still think the silver thingies, which stick out, are still a more prominent and easy quick check to look at. Right, we don't want Grovyle because it's terrible against a Buzzwole. So yeah. But, so I am still going to always look at the silver thingy Cartana and call it a silver thingy card, because they're thingies, you know. Oh, Kieran has a fire type, but, I'm going to go left for the Pelipper. Damien could do some science here. If Damien wanted to switch for the science, we could, because Ninjask is terrible. And then we could look into switching someone else, because Ninjask is not very good here. And we might as well just see if we get something good for Buzzwole. Metang! Okay, that's kind of interesting. That is sort of quite good against a Buzzwole. I'm ready for the money. I always say that. I love it. And Xander, you said you were never going back to the casino earlier. And now you've gone back twice in one stream. Okay, so well done, everyone. Try not to use any spread moves, I guess, just because of the nature of Wide Guard. We have 2 Wide Guard Pokemon against each. We have 3 Wide Guard Pokemon in one fight. There are 3 Wide Guard Pokemon here. This is wild. That's so weird, though, that, like, this random middle portion of its body, which, again, from the back, the blue thing makes more sense and is more noticeable. But from the front, the fact that that part of its body is blue, when you're looking at it from the front, makes no sense. Because in the base form, there's just a load of white on its body. On the shiny form, there's still a load of white, but then there's one part of its body that's just randomly blue. Xander, you've never actually been to a casino. No, I mean, most people probably haven't, I would guess. Chat, prove me wrong. Oh, we're going for the Max Ooze. More like a Max Booze. I can, like, sort of see, like, I can kind of see the value in a casino if you treat it like, if you sort of treat it as, like, you know, right, I'm going to set aside like $100 or something like that. And that's going to be like my money. And I'm going to do like $100 of gambling. And if I win money, yay. And if I don't, like, that's just the price of having a good night out. Like, that's kind of, for me, like, the value in gambling. But when you sort of have people who just constantly, like, bet on sports, or, like, they now have access to betting, like, on an app, and they can just bet in an unlimited way, like, on an app. Or when there are, like, these little places that just have, like, you know, sort of fruit machine type things and roulettes and stuff like that, where it's just, you know, put your money in, pull a lever, see what happens. Like, you know, things where there's also the things where it's just pure luck and, like, there's no kind of, like, there's, like, less skill to it kind of thing. It is just based on luck. And where people have, like, easy access to that, that's where I, like, don't like gambling as much. Like, they need to sort of, you need to have, like, sort of, like, limits on it and stuff like that, or things where people can impose limits, and where, like, the places have to, you know, enforce those sort of, like, self-imposed limits. But Zarda, some of your co-workers actually bet on sports and watch games on their phone whilst working. They bet things like, will he get a shiny here or not? No, I'm kidding. But wow, see, that's what I mean. See, and that's, like, a little bit like, you know, it's a little bit like, you sure you're okay there, bud? You sure you're okay there? Right, I know Pelipper has a flying move, but I actually think we probably don't really want it. The question is, if we do Unpheasant, if we go for Unpheasant, who should take it is the question. Or do we go? Well, no. I mean, we could go for, like, the Flareon, but I would rather have flying here, I think. But yeah, anyway, so I do apologize for sort of, you know, being like, I can't see any blue. In fairness, if you look at it on Cerebi, I mean, the thing is, because you know where it is, you probably could still see it on Cerebi, but if you've never looked at it before, you would notice the silver things and not the fact that there's any blue. Like, you just wouldn't notice that, like, on when you look at it from Cerebi. So, what am I even gonna... I'm gonna go for a Psychic Seed here, because maybe Metang might use it. I don't know. Oh, they just bet with each other. Oh, that's... Okay, that's more innocent and fine. If they were, like, on, like, apps and stuff, and then they were, like... You know, if they're, like, betting on apps for, like with big companies and stuff. Because one of the sad things, like, when I was growing up, like, the sponsorships on football shirts, as in, like, soccer shirts, like, in the Premier League, the companies were way more, like, what I would just call, like, normal things that we all consume as consumers. So, like, you know, like, one team was sponsored by Crisps, aka potato chips. There were companies sponsored by, like, VCR, like, videotape companies. And, like, travel companies and things like that, you know, like travel agent companies and stuff, and then there were, like, beers and drinks and foods and stuff like that, you know, like, that was kind of what it was. Whereas now, like, most of the sponsors are, like, betting companies, and I just don't really like that. I like, kids watch this, and I just don't really like that, like, betting is kind of, like, such a forefront of, like, their sports and stuff like that. Right, Max Knuckle, more like Max Chuckle. But that's what I mean, Kieran. If you've seen Kartana otherwise, then yeah, you know what it looks like and stuff like that. But if you hadn't looked at it and you're like, oh, well, I'll look at Cerebi, like the #1 Pokemon resource online, it's very hard to see that blue. So I do apologize that I, like, had missed it, and, you know, I'm still going to call it the silver thingy, because just the way my eyes and brain work, the silver thingy still stands out way, way more to me. Than, like, sort of, you know, the other part, which to me sort of seems quite tucked away. But I do apologize for kind of being like, well, I can't see anything here, because it's like, no, once you know where to look, you can see it, even on Cerebi. But it was like, it is hard to see if you don't know what you're looking for. It is hard to see on Cerebi if that's where you're looking for the first time. So here we go. We want to catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. And Sarah, hello. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you. How are you doing? I feel like it's been a while, but maybe I could be wrong. Right, anyway. What is something that you guys feel like was a bit more wholesome or nice, like a few years ago or in your childhood, that is less so now, but without being too controversial and edgy and internety? Right, I'm gonna switch here. Just because, like, a physical fire move isn't... See, Center Scorch has a special fire move, whereas, like, it's like, I may as well have physical flying here. And then we'll be good. Busy with college. That's fair enough. But you're probably going to be on break soon, right? Because we're at the end of May, maybe? But okay. Video games, lol. Actually, that is true. That is true, Kevin. That is true. That is true, actually. Video games were just kind of about, like, whimsical, bright, colourful characters who would, like, platform and stuff. And then now, like, video games are just about all kinds of things. And, like, real-world places and real-world conflicts and quite dark and serious themes and all kinds of stuff. So that's true, actually. Right, here we go. Got hair in my mouth or something. Blah, blah. You finish your spring semester, and then a week later your summer classes start. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean summer classes? What do you mean there's like no summer break? Summer break, summer recess. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in. Where's your summer break? Did James Woods take away your summer vacation? Sorry, if you guys don't have any idea what I'm talking about, I do apologize. Kevin, don't like how many live service games there are out there. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that, exactly. I mean, I know we sort of talked about this recently. Like, we sort of talked about how, you know, there are like 1 or 2 successful live service games, and so companies think, oh, live service games, that's the ticket. And it's like, no, it's about making a good game. The games just happen to be live service. Like, sort of, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, sort of the live serviceness is also part of their charm, but it's like, no, but they've utilized live service in a way that makes a game good. Oh, crud. What the... Pheasant, why did you miss? Why did you miss? So there are, like... Oh, 2 misses! Just call me a bigger miss, because there were 2 misses! Okay. We did it, though! We won! We won! Okay. Ah! There we go. Well done, everyone. But mainly not me and Kevin for missing! So well done, everyone. Well done indeed. We beat a Buzzwole! Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Get those emojis in! Now is the time to wish everyone good shiny luck as we find out if we got a Buzzwole. I am now officially in like drought, and if I don't like, well, actually no, yeah, I am officially in drought because today's Tuesday, isn't it? So I am officially in drought now, so I am overdue a shiny of some sort. Not necessarily a legendary, but like, you know, something. Well, I mean, has it been like, has it been like 2 weeks since I got the Xurkitree, or has it only been 1? No, not Xurkitree, Pheromosa. No, I think it's only been like the 9 days or whatever since I got Pheromosa, isn't it? Rather than like 17 or something like that. But still, I think Pheromosa was the last one I had, so... Cheese! Hello! Welcome, welcome! Only closer. Okay. Here we go, everyone. Grovyle is a no-vile. Pelipper is also a no. Will we get the shiny Unpheasant? I do need shiny Unpheasant, but no. No shiny Unpheasants either. More like an unpleasant. But will we get The other Pokemon that I do need is shiny, which would be wonderful if I got it. That's right, will I get the Mario and Luigi Super Swole Saga? No. Ah. No. 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 Dang. Okay, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. So we got one more round. Neutral. Okay, interesting. That's good. That's interesting. And neutral. No gentle or lax. Just the way we like it here at Beauvo Games. I think I am going to go for the Grovyle, because it's a Grovyle. So there we go. Right. No. Okay, so here we go. We won't be saving any tickets. So there we go. Right, chat. So, Kieran is going to very kindly host a Nihilego for us, unless there's like a load of people who can host stuff. Who are Strike Zeros who have randomly entered the chat. But could you guys, gals, and non-binary pals, let me know what if you can do a Nihilego, okay? So say strike the number of times you have played today, and then let me know if you're able to do a Nihilego. Yeah, we still have Thunderous Kartana and Uxie, which we've had for about over 3 weeks now. So we're kind of getting close to needing a new one of them, but let's see. I hate that like jellyfish emoji. It just looks like a sad, slumped down mushroom man. Yeah, we got Xurkitree and Pheromosa wild cards. We now have 2 wild cards. Like, so we didn't have any wild cards for like 9 months, and then we got 2 in 2 weeks. So again, as I always say, the maths always evens out. Like, I mean, mathematically, we should get like 1 wild card. We should get a wild card like probably every like 2 or 3 months. Hang on, let me just think about this. We do 2 wild cards a day, so we do 10 wild cards a week. So that means that basically after 10 weeks, we should have after like 10 weeks, we should have a shiny. If we've been doing this for about 10 months, that is about 30 weeks. Not that we've done a wild card like the whole time, but we probably are due about 2 or 3 wild cards. And now we have 2 of them. So mathematically, we're on track for the wild cards. That's the thing. It looks like you know, like when you get like the meme of like, I don't know, some person like sitting and like, you know, like whenever they like make fun of Ash and he like sits, he's like all slumped over, like sat down, slumped over. That's what the jellyfish looks like. Just looks like a slumped over person like sitting sad. Okay. So anyway, so let's see what we've got. Who can do Nihilego? Now is the time to let me know. Ready, set, bow. So hang on, let me check. I probably should have done the arrow thing because I'm not sure. So we've got Kieran. We've got... Actually, if you've already let me know, could you let me know anyway? Can we just do it again? Like Damien said about can do it. So could anyone who can do Nihilego please let me know? Strike the number of times you've played, unless you're Damien. Damien doesn't have to. But if there's anyone else, because it's too far to scroll back now. So we've got Kieran, we've got Damien. We have room for 1 other person. And there's a bunch of people here who sometimes do play with us. I was thinking of the Shinji thing as well, actually. But Jesus, Switch is dead from travel. No. Unless someone like can't do Nihilego, because we could always switch the Pokemon. If the Nihilego is an issue, let me know. If there's anyone who's like, well, I haven't played, I just can't do the Nihilego. Otherwise, it will just be like Kieran, Damien, and then a second Kieran. And they've both played a lot today, so you know, if there is anyone, now's the time. Okay, I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it looks like a double Kieran and a Damien to finish off, unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately. Just if someone comes along and they're like, oh, how are we doing? Are there any more Dynamaxes today? No, you missed your chance. Kieran came through. Okay, so we're going to say anything. Me and Damien are going to say anything goes. Kevin probably needs to go in a sec, which is probably why Kevin hasn't spoken up. But yeah. Okay, so let's go and type in a code from Kieran. Kieran is simultaneously waiting on a code and setting the code. It's Schrodinger's code setter. It's Schrodinger's code. The one both waiting for a code and whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, Kevin has Nihilego and is leaving in 5 anyway. So yeah, that's fair enough. I was gonna say something or joke about something, but I can't remember what now. Anyway, Bark, 4642 4554. So 46, 42, 45, 54. Very good. I like it. I like it. Oh, I do know. Chat, can I ask you guys a weird thing? Can I ask you guys a thing about your grocery stores? Do your grocery stores have the following thing I'm about to describe or not? Okay. So some grocery stores, you probably have been in a grocery store that has something like this, where basically within the grocery store, or supermarket, they will have like some other store or shop or something. So for example, you might have a supermarket that has like a Starbucks in it, right? Or like a bank, you might have like a bank in your supermarket or grocery store. I think mine has like a Starbucks and like a Bank of America. Like in the UK, I think like Sainsbury's have teamed up with Argos or something like that, right? So you guys probably have something like that, right? Oh, this is Nihilego. Nihilego is super duper mega weak to ground. Nihilego is definitely more physically weak than specially weak as well, if we have any choices. But Nihilego is also weak to Steel. Steel is definitely second best. It's only second rate. But it's not. It's very good. So yeah, ground is great. Steel is also good. And then water and psychic, okay? So here we go. Ready, set, bow. Targets and Kroger's with Starbucks. Right, exactly. Your Walmart has a Subway and a Target has a Starbucks. Exactly. So that phenomenon, you guys are probably familiar with that kind of phenomenon, right? It seems like that's a widely known thing. But here's the thing where I'm asking, does your grocery store do this? So, you know how like sort of a lot of grocery stores kind of have problems with like... sort of like vitamins, minerals, medicines, like in like sort of like the health aisle where there are kind of like medicines, they'll do things like lock them away in cabinets and stuff like that, right? Again, you're probably also familiar with this issue or this problem or whatever. So what my grocery store has done is at the end of the aisle, so normally, like with a shopping aisle, you can enter it from like the bottom of the aisle or the top of the aisle, right? Like when you're going up and down the aisles, you enter at one end of the aisle and you exit through the other end of the aisle. My grocery store has blocked off the far end of the aisle. I'll go for Pelipper because of like rain strats, but Klefki. Oh no, Klefki is a good. No, Klefki, I'm going to go with Klefki because of Steel, but Pelipper's a good backup choice. Oh, but Sandaconda's even better, though, so... and then Relicanth is better than Pelipper. So never mind. Okay, we did go with Pelipper. Relicanth would have been better than Pelipper. But we might find another ground type, so it doesn't matter. Oh, hang on, who's the ground in the top right? Let's see who that is. If it's like Claydol, it's bad. Actually, no, Claydol's still good because it's Psychic. Who is the ground in the top right? That looks like a Doug Trio or something to me. I think that's a Doug Trio. Yeah, so we want to go to the right because we want to get that ground. Is that a... Yeah, I think that is a Doug Trio of some kind. So let's go to the right, and then we should be good. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, didn't we do this for something else? But then it's also good for Nihilego, or was this just good? No, this was just good for Nihilego, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, okay. This path is coming back to me now. Okay. So anyway, Bog. But yeah, no, it's coming back to me. I actually read your first message about it before I saw your second. Okay. Anyway, Bark, I'm going to go with a physical move on a Kadabra because it's physical and a Kadabra. And then, and here we go. But no, so, but my grocery store has, so basically at the end of the aisle, where like the sort of the end, you know, sort of entrance to the aisle is, or the end exit to the aisle, it's blocked off. So you can only enter the aisle from like one direction, from like the bottom kind of thing, right? And what they do is they actually have like a sort of cash register at the end of like the medicine and vitamin and mineral aisle. They have like a cash register at it. And so what you do is you can only enter... Oh, Jupiter has paws. Hi, Bo. Well, hi, Jupiter. Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. So you can only enter this, like, the medicine and vitamin and aisle, from, like, the bottom. You can only enter it from one place. And then basically what you have to do is if you do want anything, you have to pay for it at the... at like the checkout or at this like cash register that's at the entrance to the aisle, if that makes sense. So you can only enter it. Wait, Kieran used your Master Ball? Oh gosh. That's not good. Okay, well you just have to make sure that you like turn your game off at the end of this or something. Right, I don't think we want to switch here. We probably just want to get rid of the Pelipper at the end, and, like, that's it, I would say. Okay. So, yeah, just make sure we all remind Kieran of that at the end, okay? Do we want to... No, we'll go for the Dracloak. I'm super effective against it. And we've got some other... pretty strong stuff against it as well. Like Weather Ball will be really strong against Dracloak. Like there's no need to go for a dual wing beat. That's way weaker. Weather Ball will definitely do a lot of damage here. Backpacker. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with a Life Orb. Why not? But yeah, so do any of your grocery stores have that? Where basically, so what they've effectively done is they've effectively turned a whole aisle into like a store within the store. But it's not really like a store. It's not a store in the way that like the little Starbucks is, or the Argos, or the Subway, or the whatever else, you know, these other examples we used. It's like... It is just an aisle, but it's like, but you have if you do want anything from that aisle, you have to pay for it, like, you know, like when you're leaving the aisle. So it is like having a store within the store, which then kind of begs the question, to be honest. I mean, I'm hoping in some ways it's like a temporary measure where, like, what they, if that's like their solution to like the whole, you know, people not getting too much of a medicine thing or stealing medicines and vitamins and stuff like that. The thing I hope they do is that I hope they have like a store within the store for like the medicines and the vitamins and stuff like that. So like, oh, if you want like, you know, allergy medication or vitamins or cold medication or whatever, go to like the, you know, the pharmacy store within a store or whatever. But it's just really weird. Is it like the technology section in the store? You have to pay for any tech that's locked behind a wall. I don't know. But it's just weird. You basically have to like pay for it before you like, you know, you can't like. I suppose maybe in part because also you do have like self-checkout and stuff. So it's like you're not allowed. You know, they want to make sure you can't just go to like self-checkout and do it, I guess. But like, but yeah, but it's sort of like it's just weird though. Like, so I had to like basically. Like sort of do like 2 payments. I had to like I went around, I got like, you know, some bread and some milk and stuff, and then I went and got I wanted to get some like probiotics, but they were in this section. So I then got my probiotics. Oh, see, yeah, that's why we didn't want to use dual wing beat, because it's very weak. But it did do the job, so there we go. There's a register specifically in the cosmetics section at a local Walmart that was just remodeled. Exactly, right. Exactly, yeah. So that's the kind of thing. But yeah, you almost need to create... yeah, but you almost need to create, like, if there are going to be products that are sort of deemed... I don't know, like, you can't trust people to buy them on their own or something like that, then you do need to just create, like, a store within a store, because having, like, an aisle shut off like that is just really weird. So it was just really weird, and so it's interesting that you guys maybe have things like that, but yeah, we don't want this Dracloak, I don't think... yeah, no, we don't want this. What we do want, though, is at the end of the next battle, we are going to want Damien to switch the Pelipper, but right here, right now, we should be good, though. And we don't want to do any science, because we already have, like, such a good team here, so... but that's interesting. Okay, it's interesting you guys have sort of similar things. Maybe not the same, but sort of similar. They took down half the clothing section for it to pop a wall. Oh, that sucks. So yeah. There we go. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, so it was just again. So I'm not a stranger to the concept of, like, say, like a store within a store, or like a section, sort of like a section of the store devoted to a certain something, where it's kind of almost like its own little shop within the shop. But it's just really weird, like, doing that with, like, an aisle, though. Like, it's not like they've... It's not like they converted, like, a corner of the store, or, like, an end... this isn't like an end aisle. It's not like they've turned, like, an end aisle into, like, a little area that's kind of, like, become, like, a mini shop. It is, like, no, they've, like, they've basically just, like, there's an aisle that you walk up and down, like, with your shopping cart, and, like... But, like, if you do want anything from it, you have to pay when you leave the aisle. Just very weird. Very weird. So yeah, and I wanted to get, like, some, like, probiotics that I'd, like, heard about and wanted to test out. So just make it a mall at that point. A little bit, to be honest. Yeah, a little bit. Although obviously it'd be sad, because basically all the stores would be owned by, like, the same entity. But then maybe that's what we need. Maybe the mall just needs to sort of, I don't know, mostly be shops owned by one entity, and then if they want to put in any other extra things that, like, aren't owned by them, like, Kroger don't own Starbucks unless they do. But, like, if they want to have, they can either have their own coffee shop, or they can team up with a bigger branded coffee shop, or, they can have their own little donuts, or they can team up with Dunkin' Donuts, like, so... Oh, we're getting a bit laggy here. Why is this laggy? Sarah, most stores are to be TBH. I was honestly just about to comment on that. My mum kind of always says that there are only, like, 6 businesses or something like that, because, like, so many companies do own other companies. It's gotten out of hand. Like, just how it's like there are, like, so many different sodas, but, like, they're basically just owned by, like, Coke and Pepsi, and that's it. Like, that's, like, they're like, they are kind of like the only 2 sodas. It's like, well, no, there's, like, Mountain Dew, who are owned by Pepsi, and stuff like that. So there are all these businesses and, like, brands, but, like, I think aren't Fanta owned by Coke? So, like, Fanta, oh, but you can get Fanta. It's like, who are owned by Coke. So it's just, there are all these things that own everything else. And it's frustrating. Amazon owns Whole Foods, that's true. Arby's owns, like, most food chains. Really? That's interesting. But I'll have to look into that. Right, flash cannon! I'm not going to use light screen, I'm just going to attack this. Dynamax, if you've got it, let's ground away. Jellyfishing! But yeah, so that's what I mean. And, like, Arby's should just be Arby's. Like, The only time, really, the only time when, like, a business should kind of be bought by another business is, like, when it's going out of business. But even that is a little bit not great, because you could sort of you can kind of like run other businesses into the ground. Like one thing a lot of companies do is they have so much capital. Whoa, that did a ton of damage. They have so much money. They have so much money that they're able to just like offer their product at like a crazy low cost, so like no one can compete with them. And then once all the competition is dead, they then increase the prices. And at that point, you're forced to pay those prices because they're the only company in business that provide that service. And we have seen this with a bunch of things where it's like you get low price, and then once everyone's out of the business, then they increase their prices, and but they're the only people who do that thing. So let's say, okay, so Sarah has come back with the list. Buffalo Wild Wings, Sonic Drive-In, Jimmy John's, Rusty Taco. Oh, I think I saw about the Jimmy John's one actually. Rusty Taco, Mr. Donut, Dunkin', and Baskin Robbins. Those are all Arby's? They all have the meats. What? That's wild. Right, Kieran, reset your game. Don't forget to reset your game, okay? Everyone tell Kieran to reset the game. Right, Kadabra is a Nanabra. Drakloak is a Draknoke. Doug Trio is a Doug Trino. Now, guys, gals, non-binary pals, reminder that I have now... What is this? This is going to be like 35 Dynamax Adventures since I last got anything. Unless right here, right now, we get the Golden Nihilego. Ow, we didn't get the Golden Nihilego. That sucks. It's no longer inflation, it's price gouging. Yeah, it's not been inflation for a long time, has it? And then Resetti appears. But there we go. So let's have a look at some stats and stuff. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. Let's check. So, okay, Kadabra does have special attack up. That's pretty nifty. So does Drakloak. That's pretty nifty. Doug Trio's Jolly. That's really good. And then, Nihilego. If it had Calm, that would be really good. But it has special attack down. So, okay. So, I'm going to go for the Doug Trio. Because why not, eh? Sarah, that is wild. I did not know it was that much. That is a lot. That is a lot. I didn't realize until recently that Jack in the Box owned Del Taco. Not Taco Bell, but Del Taco. So that's kind of wild. So there we go. So yeah, okay, I am now at 35 since my last shiny. That's pretty wild. It's not crazy, you know, I've been higher than that. And sorry, no, is it 35? Hang on, let me think about this. Yeah, 35 Dynamax Adventures, yeah. Again, I had that one where I went up to like 88 or whatever, which wasn't a fun Back to the Future reference, it was just annoying. Xander went past 100. But yeah, again, at this point, I've kind of seen it all in these like 10 months, except for that thing we had happen earlier that we hadn't really seen. But yeah. So yeah. Okay, are we erasing any records? No, we're not. So guys, gals, non-binary pals, that is it. That is all for today. I'm going to quickly sort out my Pokemon into like oldest to newest or something like that. I don't know, roughly oldest to newest. There we go, something like that. That'll do. It'll do, boys. Yeah, there we go. That's in order, right? Roughly. So yeah. Wow, we've got 2 Machokes. Who would have thought it? So guys, gals, non-binary pals. Yeah, Dollar Tree bought 99 cents. Like my 99 cents close. Well, they were like shutting down, and then Dollar Tree like bought them out. So, and now like my 99 is a Dollar Tree, but I've not been in there. So, so have they like bought someone else? That's kind of wild. But yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Pizza Hut and Taco Bell are probably the same thing because they have so many like combos, don't they? Or am I thinking of like KFC? Or are there like don't KFC have a bunch of like like crossovers with someone else, like KFC, Taco Bells, or something. Or they're probably all the same. Again, there's probably just like 3 fast food chains, aren't there? There's probably just like McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, and someone else. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's all from me. Today is Tuesday because yesterday was a holiday, so today is actually Tuesday. Which means that I will not be here tomorrow. Well, the funny thing is, I tell you what. I tell you what. I won't rule out tomorrow because I don't like have raid hour anymore. So I'll never say never. I probably should like take a day off anyway, like, you know, just to take a day off kind of thing. But technically I don't do Wednesdays because of like raid hour, but I'm not doing raid hour because I don't have a phone. So, you know, so I'll probably see you guys Thursday, but maybe if I get bored or something, or, you know, whatever, maybe we'll jump in and do one tomorrow, but we'll see. It's Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, so anyway, Bark, well done, everyone. Lots of love. Please take care. Please stay safe. And I'll see you most likely on Thursday. But, you know, subscribe, ring the bell, stay notified in case I change my mind. And I'll see you guys very soon. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. And then if I don't see you until Thursday, have a good Wednesday and Thursday morning, okay? Take care, lots of love. See you later.